I actually visited one of my favorite places, 100 Famous Views of Edo, drawn by Hiroshige Ando, and what the scene is like now. 036 View from Massaki of Suijin Shrine, Uchigawa Inlet, and Sekiya is a picture of the current Sujinbashi Bridge eastern end from the window on the second floor of the restaurant in the precincts of Masaki Inari. First of all, please see the map of the Geographical Survey Institute to see the current positional relationship. Hiroshige's viewpoint is represented by a red gradation. I put a map of the early Meiji era on this. Did you understand the general positional relationship? Next, this time, I will start with the explanation of the longest title in this series, View from Masaki of Suijin Shrine, Uchigawa Inlet, and Sekiya. This is an enlarged version of the map I mentioned earlier. Masaki means the area around Masaki Inari Shrine on the north side of the current Hiroshige Bridge west side. The water god of Suinen no Mori is the current Sumidagawa Shrine, and at that time the surrounding area was a dense forest. Uchigawa has a cove on the north side of the water god forest, and this cove was called Uchigawa. In the back was Makuubo-e Temple, which was loved by entertainers, and restaurants were lined up around it. Sekiya refers to the area where the Uchigawa River flows into the area, and in 1189, at the behest of Minamoto no Yoritomo, a barrier was set up to defend the Oshu area. It came to be called Sekiya. It is this Ishihama shrine that is now around what was called Masaki at that time. This shrine, which was called Ishihama Shinmyegu at that time, is an old shrine that is said to have been built in 724. Minamoto no Yoritomo prayed for victory at the time of subduing Oshu. At the time of the Mongol invasion, the imperial court prayed for victory with the 7th shogun of the Kamakura shogunate as a messenger. As a result, they won all of these campaigns, and since the Middle Ages, this shrine has been revered by many people, including samurai. Masaki Inari Shrine is on the Sumida River side of the precincts. It was annexed to Ishihama Shrine in 1926 and became a small one, and now it is with Fujizuka. In terms of location, Ishihama Shrine has moved to the location of the former Masaki Inari Shrine. It is said that this Masaki Inari was enshrined by Moritane Chiba, the lord of Ishihama Castle, who was in this place around 1532 to 1554. It is said that the fox that emerged from the foxhole in Akuunamiya was very famous, along with the fox at Mimiguri Shrine on the opposite bank. After that, many people visited from the middle of the Edo period, and around 1757, there were many restaurants selling tofu dengaku made from Yoshiwara tofu. It is said that this Hiroshige painting is a view seen from the second floor of the window of Kinoneya in it. At that time, Hiroshige and Toyokuni drew all Todo high-class kaiseki meals, Soroku, which depicts the restaurant Kinoneya in the precincts of Masaki Inari. I enlarged that part on the right side and put it in. This is Hiroshige's Totomai Shozu, a picture of passing the Sumida River, which depicts a boat passing through Hashiba, slightly downstream of the viewpoint. From the downstream, I tried to connect 3 vertical images. I don't know the name in front of this shrine, but this flow of the Sumida River, quoting a famous song written by Lieutenant General Iwara, drawing a city bird in the picture, in a scenic place throughout the 4 seasons explains that there is. In addition, many women are playing in the picture, and in this scenery, Suinen, Uchigawa, and the Uchigawa River are also named, and on the left side are Masaki Inari and Ishihama Shinmyegu. Actually, at that time, the place name Masaki was also written as Masaki and pronounced Masaki, and it became very popular because it was the first to benefit from visiting. Therefore, during the Hiroshige era, the Dengaku tea house in the precincts was very prosperous with the promotion of, if you visit Masaki Inari and then go to Yoshiwara, things will be successful in order to attract customers with the Shin Yoshiwara store. According to a book around 1757, There are several Dengaku tea houses such as Kinoneya, Kaguchiya, Tamiya, Inaya, Kiriya, and there is a description that Kinoneya was the most delicious. Also, in front of the stone monument that depicts the history of Masaki Inari, a large number of votive tablets are written with the words Kainoa and the wishes of many people. Nowadays, Uchigawa Shrine is also a beautiful cobblestone shrine with a parking lot, part of which is Uchigawa Castle Ruins Park, and on the west side there is a slightly stylish cafe called Uchigawa Sario Raka. Was there? At that cafe, Dengaku was revived as a menu as a specialty at that time. Dengaku is an abbreviation for Dengaku Yaki, and it starts with tofu that is skewered and grilled with miso. The name comes from the fact that the skewered shape of tofu resembles the appearance of Dengaku Hoshi, who worships the god of rice fields at the time of rice planting, dancing on one leg. However, the Dengaku at this cafe was a fashionable miso Dengaku with a modern photo of matcha. Let's take a closer look at Hiroshige's paintings from above. The first thing that appears is the pillars, walls, and shoji doors, and birds are flying in groups outside the round windows. It seems that this is not a geese but a common oyster catcher. On the left pillar, camellia flowers are peeked out to represent the seasons. In the middle row, Mount Tsukuba is drawn in the middle outside the window, a slightly larger boat with plum branches and white sails piercing it, and the dense water god forest and the torii gate of the Mizu Shrine are hidden on the right side. The black forest in the distant view is Sekiya, and below that, the Sumitogawa River meanders from the left, and the right side is not visible, but it continues to Uchigawa. On the surface of the river, a boat carrying a person who seems the Suijin ferry and a boat carrying supplies covered with a cover are drawn. In the lower row, there is a boat surrounded by plums that is about to head for Masaki Inari, and on top of that is a raft that may have come from the Chikibu area via Arakawa. The pink of the plum blossoms and the blue gradation under the window shines. By putting the whole scenery in the window instead of writing it all over, it gives a sense of perspective and makes you feel like you are in a tourist spot. Well, I went to the place where Kinoneya seems to have been, which was actually this point of view. This is the view from the end of the current Uchigawa Shrine from the Sumi River. The bank is too high and I can't see the scenery. So I went to the top of this bank. The width of the river has widened since that time, and the Metropolitan Expressway runs on the opposite bank, but the left side of this screen is just the view outside the window. The blue bridge is Sunan Bridge, which is hidden to the right and cannot be seen, but there is now Sumitogawa Shrine, where the water god forest at that time was. Of course, I can't see Mount Tsukuba. I fitted the left part of this photo into Hiroshige's painting, and fitted the white plum blossoms of Yushima Tenjin. Doesn't it make you feel like traveling when you see this picture with the image of Miso Dengaku? Also, by the time of this painting, Kinoneya was a little lonely, and I think Hiroshige painted this painting as a promotion for the store.